Hi, welcome back. Well, it's a hot Saturday, and we've got a good show for you. With us this morning, once again, is Mad Magazine's Maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. Here he is. Hi, Dick.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes, you look like a man who once lived on a houseboat.
I did, but you know, living on a houseboat has one problem. When you go to mow the lawn, you drown.
You know, this is a great hat. I mean, I don't know if you're ever in the Navy. What is this stuff called here?
This is scrambled eggs. This is a bacon stain. These are bagel crumbs. Eating in the green room.
Okay, stuff to take to the beach or on the boat?
Right.
All right,
okay.
go through it.
Thank you very much.
Have fun.
Okay, the first thing we'll talk about is sometimes people on a boat are afraid to wear life jackets because they think that the captain thinks they're a chicken or something. So you could wear this. This is called a float coat. This is an actual life jacket designed as a windbreaker. It has the Coast Guard certification here. The Coast Guard, of course, cannot call this a life jacket. This is your personal flotation device, okay? This is $109. It came from Goldberg's Marine at 12 West 46th, and if you stop by, they can give you one of their flyer catalogs, which lists all the marine equipment. Just about every marine item came from Goldberg's, and we'll go down the line here. You probably want a pair of waterproof boots, especially you poor people in New Jersey with all the rain need waterproof boots. These boots are waterproof. I filled them with water at 8 o'clock this morning, and they have not leaked. Obviously, if the water doesn't leak out, they are waterproof. These are called softies because they're made of a very soft vinyl. They're very comfortable, and they are $20. Now, you go to the beach, you go in the ocean, you come out, and you're covered with salt. You go up the Hudson River, you jump in the Hudson, you come out, and you're covered with watermelon rinds. That's right. Okay. You want to take along a portable shower. This is called the sun shower. It holds 5 gallons of water. You leave it in the sun. The instructions say that within a couple of hours, that water will be 70 degrees. It says don't leave it in the sun too long because the water can actually hit 120 degrees. And then you have a little portable shower. Okay, that's the sun shower, and that's about, I think it's $14 at Goldberg's. They have a wide assortment of things at Goldberg's called bikini in a bag. Not to be confused with a bag in a bikini, which is something totally different. And these are $20. They come in a wide assortment of colors. This is an item that's really great. It's called the sports pouch. This is inflated, and if you want to take your camera equipment out on the boat or even tow your camera equipment out to a boat from the beach, you inflate this. The camera equipment goes inside the pouch. The pouch seals with both Velcro and this zip lock, and then your contents are safe, and the contents are, the bag is waterproof. And also, since it's inflated, your camera does not get any kind of shock or anything like that. This can also be used as for a tiny person as a life raft. Okay, that's the sports pouch, and that's $23. At Goldberg's, a mystery that had plagued me for an entire year was solved. Down at the 79th Street Boat Basin last summer, a man was pulling in on a brand new boat, obviously a new captain, having trouble docking it, and the guy on the dock said, "Turn to starboard." And the man on the boat said, "I don't have my suspenders on." Made very little sense till I went to Goldberg's and found they have, yes, port and starboard suspenders. Okay, now I'll give you a little hint. If you go boating, the port light is a red light, and port is 4 letters and left is 4 letters, okay? So you always remember that the port light is the red light and port is left. And there are only 2 sides to a ship, so obviously starboard is left. You got that, starboard? Okay. Okay. Something that is brand new at Goldberg's, these are plastic ice cubes. Okay, the night before you go to the beach, you freeze these little ice cubes because when you're out in hot sun and you throw these into a drink, they melt very quickly and they water down your drink and you have no ice left. By having them frozen in plastic, the drink stays cold and much longer. But tell your friends they're plastic. I know a man who exploded a lung trying to suck water out of one of these, okay? This is called the kangaroo for people who want to have their cans around their heads. I think we know some politicians who fall into that category. The kangaroo hangs around your head, and the beverage goes in the center of it so that you can work around the boat, walk around the beach with both hands free. Something even neater, the freeze sleeve has refrigerant around the edges, refrigerant in the bottom. You freeze the entire freeze sleeve. And then even if you put warm beer or warm soda in it, within an hour or so, that refreshment will be cold, okay? So those are freeze sleeves. Now, you all know about these little gimmicks you can buy at the 5 and 10, so in case your glasses fall off at the beach or on your boat, they don't go overboard. A lot of people now are spending $200 and more for sunglasses, and unfortunately, people are running up to them and taking their sunglasses. I have a special heavy duty, right? Just go to Goldberg's, get yourself 4 feet of anchor chain. A guy steals this, he'll run about 4 inches and be in for the shock of his life. Goldberg sells, if you want to get in the nautical mood, C songs. They have A songs, B songs, F songs, whatever you like. Oh, whoa, what a rough group this is. Goldberg's carries a bunch of magazines. Powerboat, I'm very partial to Powerboat because there's a slightly serious side to me. I've been the East Coast editor of Powerboat for 15 years now. And then when you go to the beach and on your boat, you probably want to take a lot of pictures, okay? Don't take regular cameras to the beach unless you really protect them. 1 grain of sand will ruin a camera. But Cameraland at 575 Lexington Avenue has a complete disc outfit for $60. Now this is truly an underwater camera. They have a 110 underwater camera system. If you like full frame 35, they have a totally waterproof 35 millimeter underwater camera system. I use this particular camera. I did all the underwater photography at Jacques Cousteau's wedding. People may have seen that. Also, my favorite device that I found is from Sony. It's called the Sports FM Walkman. You can scuba dive with this, you can go surfing with this, you can go diving with this, and then you come back, you dry it off, and you throw it out because you're not supposed to do that with this unit. Actually, there's a great debate about this. The salesman at Cameraland says that it's water resistant. The instruction book says it's water resistant. However, under the precautions, it says do not keep it underwater for long periods of time. So it actually is fairly waterproof because every place that there is an opening, there's a little rubber gasket. So this is a fairly watertight unit. It comes with a wristband so that you can slide the unit in and out, and it comes with waterproof mini earphones. And this is about $60 from Cameraland. Also, this is the 3rd spot I've done on vacations, and I think the audience knows that when I talk about going on vacations, there's something very important to remember, and that is to take multi-purpose items. This audience knows multi-purpose items. You're going on your boat, you're going to the beach, you want something to read, you take along your Mad magazine. I recommend a little Dramamine before reading this because you may get sick. You're at the beach, you're on the boat, the mosquitoes are there, you need something to... You take along your multi-purpose Mad magazine. And finally, it's 110 in the sun and you need something to cool off. You take along your multi-purpose Mad magazine. I mean, if this is not a Mad fan, who is? Thank you all very, very much.
You're very good. Thank you. Thank you very good. I really enjoyed it. Well, next month we're going to see Dick showing us the latest in home exercise equipment. That's going to be fun. Now, look, if you'd like to join us here at Saturday Morning Live in our studio, you can write in for tickets. Just drop a line to Saturday Morning Tickets, Channel 5, 205 East 67.